We are thrilled with Wills. There's lots of new stuff all over, but the one thing that everyone always asks is, okay, how can we get some knowledge at market and share that with our customers when we go back to the store? So if you don't know me, I'm Tracy. I own Wills Company. I've been in the floral business pretty much all my life. My mom was a floral designer and my father was a gift or buyer and grew up in the industry. And one thing I've learned in all the years of working is if you add floral to your store, you can double your sales. But here's the thing. Oftentimes, we don't know how to use it, so we don't know how to sell it. Floral will not only soften your product, but it can double your sales because you can make it so something beautiful can go home with your customers. People come in to have joy in your store and they want something beautiful to take home with them. So what the industry has done is they've created these what we call one and dones. And if you're not selling the one and dones in your store, you're missing out on some of the key things. What I mean by one and done, this is our most popular floral right now. It comes 12 assorted. They're $7 a piece. And people look at that and say, oh, can I get $14.99? Okay, you've got a container, you've got rocks, you've got it all planted up for you. You take it out of the box and you can set it on the shelf. But what's so great is this is a gift item that can go in anybody's world anytime, but it looks better in multiples. And that's the difference of florals is they always look better paired with other things. So now you can sell a little tray, you can sell a little bird. They come up to the checkout counter with this and you can say, did you see this you can add to it? So when you're looking at florals, always think of, could I do this myself and do I have time to do it? And then train your employees. If you have a wonderful dough bowl or a tray or anything, show them how 3 in a row of anything small and potted, 3 always looks better. So now you've tripled your sales. They're not buying 1, they're buying 3. Say to people, well, where is that gonna go in your house if they say, oh, I wanted something little in my bathroom? Have you ever thought about putting 3 along the back of your toilet or 3 on a shelf? Then you don't need a bunch of other stuff. So that's kind of fun with the one and dones. And they're all different sizes and shapes. I love this one because it just has a really natural look to it. Feels real. And the new millennials, they don't want to be watering plants. They don't want to be fussing with things. They want it to set on their desk. And what a perfect gift item. The other thing to think about this as you're going into Mother's Day or Secretary's Day, what secretary wouldn't love something fresh on their desk? But what a great way to take a little paper clip and put your gift card on this. So maybe sell this. So this piece is $9 your cost. Maybe say with a $100 gift card to maybe an office or whatever, you get this for free. You've given them 9% is all you've given them, or if you do 12, it's 8%. But now it looks like you've really given them something. So the other thing is, with florals, a lot of times we need to show people how to do it. And so the big color of the year is peach fuzz. That's what you're hearing all over. Well, peach fuzz in Midwest home decor is a tough deal. If you've seen all the clothes, peach is hard. And why is peach hard? It's hard in clothing because we're all from the Midwest and we are pale as can be. So now we add a pale color to us and we look washed out. That's a tough one. So how do you add that into your store and make your store not look washed out? We're seeing color all over. You can see it in our displays. Color, color, color. It's going to take a while for people to get to color, but a lot of the base of our homes are always wood tones, gray, and white. That is, and we need that bit of life. So this peach fuzz is adding that bit of life and bit of spring. And I wanted to show you just a few florals that you can take and train your customers and show them you'll look like an expert without being an expert. Let's start with this one. This is one of my favorites. This looks awesome just in a vase alone. A tall vase, all you need is 3 stems and it looks wonderful. But people say, okay, I've got a bigger vase. How do I fill it up with foam, without foam? Pair it with a grass. A pampas grass looks great. Now you've added life to it. And then for Easter, to add on to that sail, got my little, I love little pussy willows and little branches like this. Oftentimes if you're doing something big, you think I can't add anything little, but you can if you have a good base to it. So you're gonna add this in and forget the tag on that. and just make sure you're spreading that out. So what a great Easter display, and after Easter, you've got pussy willows, which is gonna go more year-round for you. So that's a great add-on. Then if you want something to add more life to your room, you can pair it with one more. Now this is where you're gonna look like an expert. You're taking the light green and you're taking a basic fern. This is my favorite thing to work with. If you haven't had this in your store, this is a key essential because it looks great with everything. But adding that behind, now you've added a whole nother texture to your vase or onto your tray, and show them how to lay it. And all they need is to purchase a wire cutters. To wire cut your stems on a tray is great. I hate to cut stems in my house because I never know if next year I'm not going to use it in a different way. So show people how to take it on your hand and wrap your stem to lay on a tray. Now I haven't cut it, and now I can take something right on top and add that in, and now I can put a bunny, and it just adds a great base layer. And these are only $5.25 is your cost, so it's just a great base layer. And then I would add the pussy willow right into the top of this. So what a fun Easter look by adding 3 elements. Now we're seeing all kinds of these bundle things, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm just going to quick show you this as well. If you want something even simpler, this is a great new one. A little bit of peach fuzz, but how pretty is that instead of doing pussy willows? And again, it's that year-round thing. This is another fun one. It's just a little bunny's tail. You can add that right in and add another texture. But we'll go back to the bundle thing. If you haven't done floral bundles, these are the ones to do. We sell thousands of bundles a year because of one thing. 1, they're so reasonable. 2, they're so easy to work with. You don't need the wire cutters, you don't have the longer stems. So what I mean by a bundle, this is the bundle. So $3.35, and you are getting 6 stems for $3.35. And all you need to do is show people in short vase. These are all wired. Open them up, and I always open up your florals in the store. Don't just leave them sleeved. If you want to leave them sleeved, you won't sell them. I'll promise you that. And people say, oh, there's wear and tear in my store. You know what? Wear and tear equals sales. Take something like this is just a bundle of Uke, and I love how it has the seated. But that together makes a perfect vase. You don't have to be a floral designer to do something very simple like that. Or if you have like 3 or 4 bottles, it's another thing where we paired where you can triple your sales. Break these up, just untie this and put a couple in each, and you've got enough to fill a whole thing without buying a bunch of things. This is another one. Again, it's a single stem, but notice the shortness of the stem. These are $2.50. That is all you need. Simpler, the better, to make your customers be able to just pick it up. Then the other one I want to show you is this one, which is so soft and it's got foliage to it, and people say, oh, I don't need foliage to add to that. Well, you don't. But if you haven't had these in your store, this is the one to have. These are all what we call the Real Feel florals, and it's really big this year. So they feel, they move, they're indoor, outdoor, they're UV protected. But look at what adding just this little touch of grass does to this. This is $1.80, these are $3.75. Just one adds that little bit of movement. Movement to any floral will sell it. This little fern is a fun one. And these look cute on their own or in a tray, but 2 of those finishes it off and fills your vase up. And you can even go with something more formal, something like that, and add either the bright green, or I like to use just a real basic piece. And what a great color, you've got that peach fuzz in there. You know, your customers don't know because they're not at market, they're not seeing this stuff. So you have to train them to say, look, it's even got the color of the year in it. Even though it's red, it's got that peach fuzz color into it. So adding florals can simply change the way you sell your gifts and really add a lot of value. Train your customers, train your employees, that's the #1 thing, and keep it simple. The simpler it is for your customers, the better it'll sell. And I want to show you one last thing that is my favorite. If you're, you know, we have a lot of dark days and dark nights in the Midwest, and if you haven't had our cluster lights, this is the key to every sale. These are $6.50 your cost. I recommend you get them in 24s because it's a price break, and I guarantee you'll sell them. This looks so cool in any vessel, and your sales reps can show you what they look cool in, but I love them for spring in a vase. So you add that right in, and now you've added that light right into it. They're on a timer, put that in a bathroom, it comes on every night. They look cute unlit during the day, but this will add another dimension to your floral sales. So hopefully I've inspired you with some little tips, and thank you for coming and shopping at Will's. We certainly appreciate everybody.